Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Friday. I'm with Caroline today. How are you, Caroline?
I'm very well, thank you, Beverley. How are you?
I'm good. It's been a busy week, but I'm well,
Good,
thanks. Yeah.
good. Yeah, it's been a busy week here too, actually. Lots going on, both in the 3D world and in the 5D world. My son's off on holiday to Costa Rica soon, so we've just been getting him organised with adapter plugs and the different currencies and things like that. It's his first big international trip, so he's very excited. So, yeah,
Oh,
lots going on.
that's great. He's gonna go to the sun, actually.
Actually, yeah, the weather here, well, we've got actually sun out this morning, which has been great. It's been out for about half an hour and it's very cloudy. But other than that, it's just constantly grey and overcast and trying to fit sun gazing in even for 5 minutes. So I sort of run out, get rained on, run in again. This is constant. So yeah, for him, he's very blessed. I was quite tempted to go and hop in his suitcase and come out and go, ta-da! But I don't think I'd be very popular. It would be nice though.
Well, today we are going to talk about aliens. That's an
Yes.
interesting subject. I know when we talk about it, a lot of people are afraid or they don't, they think it's actually negative. What can you say about
Yeah.
them? Yeah, what can you say about them?
Okay, well, first of all, there are aliens about. We share this planet, which is much bigger than you may think of, with a huge amount of other species, some of which you know. You call them fish or birds or cats or dogs. They're all creatures that don't look anything like you, that you share this planet with. And if you extend that sort of thinking to aliens as well, and that gives you an idea of the kind of concept. Aliens are simply not negative. They are just other species who live and share with us. A huge amount of them are benevolent and helping us here. There are a few who are less helpful and more controlling of humanity as a whole, who have come here and aren't necessarily from here. But there are some that also live here, as we do, and we share terror with. So when you're thinking of aliens, first of all, don't be fearful. They're mainly benevolent, helpful, very friendly. But the thing to remember is that at the moment you can't see them because they're well aware that humans live in judgment quite a lot, and they're like, we're humans, you're something else, and there is a lot of judgment. I mean, look at us, we don't even get on with ourselves sometimes as a species.
Yes.
Let alone if another species were to come up and show their true forms. So they tend to stay out of our way at the moment. But they do exist, they are here, and they're very, very benevolent. But in order for them to come fully down and show themselves to humanity so that we can become an intergalactic community, as is always intended for humanity have to raise their conscious vibration and become loving and accept and understand that humans may not, or other species may not look completely like humans, but they do exist, and that they're very benevolent and loving, but their features may just be different. You accept the features of, as I say, other animals that live on this planet. Well, you can accept the features of aliens in a loving way exactly the same. But humanity has just got to make this next shift now before we get there. But we are very close. And there are aliens here on this planet who walk amongst us and live amongst us all the time. They're just protected at the moment.
Definitely. And I think also because they are different, people are usually more afraid of what is different from them, So that's why sometimes they are afraid. But like us, there is some good and bad aliens, like you just mentioned. And
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So
And yeah, that's within species as well, Beverly. Just to be clear, you can take another species, and just like humans, there are good and bad humans. We all know the good ones, and I think we're getting some idea of the bad ones who are on this planet at the moment with us.
yeah.
It's the same for other species. You can't just write an entire species of God's creation off because of a few bad ones. And not only that, all species have the opportunity in time to come back to love. So any that are bad can still be given that opportunity to come back to love. Humanity is a compassionate species. We are not a species that judges, and we're not a species that is going to fight and kill and maim. That's not our nature, not truly, not really. We've just had this enforced upon us by controlling factions. But the reality is we're a loving species and we're a benevolent species, and we have the ability to love each other, you know, as well as other races and other species. And that's exactly where we're going as an galactic community of humans out into other planets. And there are many out there. There are many alien groups. So it's something to get your head around, is that most of them are benevolent and loving. They care so much and they love us so much. They're just here to help. There's a very small few that came and took over this planetary faction that we have been fighting for a long while, but that's done now. We're just got to get everyone out of this matrix, remove the last sort of bots associated with the Hydra and the control, and then free ourselves, and we will become part of a galactic community, and other alien species will roam and interact and walk on Terra with us, so it will become completely natural and very, very loving.
And I'm sure also that they are here to help us ascend, right?
Yes.
Yes. And I heard
also,
yes, go ahead.
I was going to say there are many species helping us ascend, not a few, but many, many from all over the galaxy. Ascension, as we go back to putting Earth back to Terra and returning her to a higher vibration. She's already ascended, really. It's just us that needs to catch up in terms of our, you know, expanded thought processes. But yes, there are many, many benevolent alien groups here who are helping us through this ascension process. You can't see them, they're higher beings of light, so that, but you have to understand we work in dimensions and they live in higher dimensions. For those of us that can communicate, we can raise our frequency up and they can lower theirs slightly, and there is a slight crossover through which we can communicate. But yes, they are here, very, very much so.
Yes, because there is a few people who can actually see them or talk to them. That yeah. But
yeah, and a few of them are here in human bodies as well. You have to remember we're talking about consciousnesses here. And some of these aliens have the ability to transform at will into anything that you may be willing to see and accept. So you may think you're looking at human, but in reality, that may just be a liquid crystal display that alien has created to make you believe it's human, so they can interact with you in a way that they can help you out the matrix. And the other ones, the sort of negative ones, I would say, do exactly the same thing. You think they're human, but they're trying to keep you in the matrix and use your power as a battery to feed them. So we have a kind of huge amount going on, but we won't see it. And unless you are ascending, and unless your pineal gland is opening, unless you're working to get out the matrix, then you won't or may not be aware of this. You may sometimes have a feeling, and most people can pick up on negative and positive humans, definitely, that you can certainly have a feeling if you can't fully see this yet, but it will come for all of us who are ascending.
That's great. I can't wait. And are they going to bring us some new technology like we've been hearing?
Yes, there is a lot of new technology, a lot of alien technology. When we say new, it's actually very old technology. It's just been suppressed from us for a very long time. Some of the ones that get talked about a huge amount are medical beds. Everyone's heard of med beds. Everyone thinks, oh, great, I can get in a med bed and get healed. Well, there are different types of med beds. The military have had some behind the scenes that they're hoping to bring out to humanity to get everybody healed. And the ones that the military have are ones that have been used in the Space Force for a while, behind the scenes by the military, and not accessible to the public. But they have been in existence as a technology for a very long time. They can do a lot for humans. They can reset your body. They can regrow lost limbs and lost body parts. They can give you new memories if it is required for a military purpose, such as new languages. They can install programs in your brain. They can correct your teeth, your spine, your hair, your eyes, everything. So in effect, you look and feel younger, although it's not necessarily you know, we call it taking 30 years off, and you look and feel better, but it's sort of age regression in the sense of going back to full health. It can also heal and restore you to your original human DNA as it should be before it was tampered with and shut down. So that can give you many, many sort of abilities back that you may not realize that you have. So that's one technology. Another one that's brilliant for us is food replicators, or replicators, full stop.
Yeah.
If you want a steak, you don't have to kill an animal. You push a button on what looks like a kind of high-tech microwave, if you like, but it's not, and it will create the food you program into it via sort of, you know, plasma out of the ether, really. And you can eat that. It will be 100% nutritional, no need to kill anything, no need to damage anything. So replicators are another one. Also, we obviously have space arcs, which are flying spaceships, which are here already, but they're hidden. I think a lot of people know that there's one at Antarctica, but there are others around, and they will be ready. So humanity will be able to fly to the stars using tech that you would probably call quantum science. Quantum science is a science. Behind the scenes, it's known about how we can create wormholes to travel through space and time. And that sort of tech over time will become accessible for humans. The other aspect, not really a tech, but the ice wall will fall, and there are many, many other worlds on this planet that will be accessible and explorable for you to travel to, probably in flying cars or other little spaceships. And so space travel, flying car technology is all coming. We also know we're going to have Tesla technology. Tesla was from Venus. So if you want to think about aliens, look at Tesla. He looks very human-like. In fact, you probably wouldn't know he was an alien. Some aliens look very, very similar to us. But Tesla was from Venus, and he had a lot of tech that he bought here. And what is going to happen is that Tesla can power the world with free energy. That's already in place waiting for us after ascension. The tech is here. We know how they're going to do that. They're going to use the wall to create, in effect, a ring around Terra, and that wall and that ring that will become like a ring that Saturn has will have enough energy to power this entire planet. It's already in place. So Tesla energy, another free energy tech, fantastic. It's already here for us. And you can think of all of these as alien tech if you like, but there are tech that's going to be released back to humanity. There were 6,000 patents that were hidden by the bad guys, if you like, that they didn't want us to get because they were making a lot of money, and they used these patents for themselves in their underground military bases, but didn't share it with humanity. Well, that's changing now, and these are going to be released to us as we step up to become part of a galactic community.
Yes, and of course, it's going to take time. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. But I saw also a lot of people who are able to see the spaceship, you know, in the sky.
Yes,
it's been showing more and more lately around the world. So that's also interesting. So they are ready to connect with us.
Yeah, there are many photos online, and indeed on some of our groups on Telegram as well, as you know, Beverley, where we are showing plasma light ships, and you can see them oscillating and circling in the sky, especially above Mount Shasta and places like that. Their clouds are not clouds, they're not lenticular clouds, they're cloaked spaceships. That's very obvious, one thing to say. And you will quite often see them coming in and out of the sun as well, and you'll quite often see clouds with a sort of slow arch shaped top that look like little dome discs. They're hidden ships. If you could uncloak every ship in the sky right now, you probably wouldn't even have clouds. It would just be full of spaceships. That's the reality we live in, and most people are actually completely blinded to that and don't know. But yes, there are ships everywhere. And there's also, over the past few years, been many battles going on with different types of ships. If you want to know what a ship looks like, watch Star Wars. It's a documentary. It will show you. Quite simple.
All right. And we talk about Pleiadian,
Yes.
Arcturian, the Ricerian,
Yep.
Anunnaki. They are all
Yep.
part of aliens, right? But it's just different kind.
Yes. Yeah, but in essence, they are different alien groups. They come from what the word alien, let's say non-terrestrial, as in they don't originate from Terra. We are Terra, and a lot of other species also that you might call alien are also Terrans, so that concept needs to be changed for starters for humanity. But some species that don't originate from here, they come here to help us with the ascension process, and they're able to find ways to come into the matrix to give us technology and codes to help us with ascension. as well as giving us light codes from the sun. They have given us videos, and they do a lot of work encoding music with light and sound, which can activate our DNA and help us wake up and remember who we truly are. Now, there's a channel on Telegram we call the School Channel. It has a lot of information about this from these different groups. But we have, as Beverley mentioned, we have Pleiadian group, we have Anunnaki group, and they're a slightly different group. They have had some negative aspect sides to them in terms of controlling this planet as well. However, there are also groups that are positive. So as I said, you cannot judge one species just based on the actions of a few. Again, it's a huge topic, probably not one to go into here in detail because I could go on for hours, but Elena Danan has written several books on this. I would recommend reading hers. There is one called The Cedars and one called We Will Never Let You Down. They're fantastic books. Again, they're available for free in the School Channel on Telegram. Beverley can put a link under this video for you to access that. And it will take you through the history of Earth in terms of these groups and how we were seeded, but how, as we fell, if you like, from where we should have been on a higher frequency to a lower one. We have all these wars and bad things happening on this planet, how they've all decided to come in to help us get our planet back to where it needs to be through this process that we call ascension.
Yes, I will add the link of the school, the Telegram channel. Is there anything that you want to add for the audience that they need to know? Just the basic ones.
I think at the moment we're talking about getting out of this matrix. Well, first of all, the matrix is a hologram. We live in a hologram universe, which means that they've sort of taken the whole universe and they've created a sort of miniature universe, if you like, that's not quite showing us the truth or the full picture. And they've put our souls within that in these avatars that we call bodies. In order to get out of this matrix, we need to understand that we have been connected to what's called a sort of hive mind, if you like, through these technologies, negative technologies they've been using in things they've put into us in various ways through food and other methods that I don't think I can mention. But these technologies, what they've done is they've been able to use frequencies from afar to control your thought processes. These thought processes have kept you in fear using these like nanobot technologies within inside your body, I would say. They group together and they are able to change your brain waves. So once you realize this, you can then take positive action to change your thought processes back into the higher processes of love, and that will start to deactivate these bots. Taking ivermectin as well also deactivates these bots. And as you do this and you get rid of this stuff that creates these frequencies inside your head, it helps you go through the ascension process. And if we all want to ascend and we all want to get out of this matrix and actually get to become a loving and benevolent humanity that lives in Christ, in Christ energy, high energy of love, and wants to meet and travel with aliens, as we call them, non-Terrans, other species, then we have to do the inner work and we have to get rid of these bots and we have to free ourselves from these negative thought patterns. This AI feeds off fear. It likes you to stay in a state of fear. It likes you working full time and panicked about everything, like you can't pay the bills or you can't afford your car or you can't afford your house payment. But when you realize all of that is just a program that's been installed by you by some negative technology, and actually we truly are free, then we can take back our freedom as God sovereign beings and join our galactic families again under the law of one, which is simply do no harm. There have been some negative alien factions which have kept us enslaved in this way by using this tech and low frequencies. And ascension is all about understanding this and freeing ourselves from it. This is why we talk about using the sun for light codes. All of this is activating our DNA and helping us realize that this is true, so we can then break free of these negative cycles and thought processes. So this is how aliens really tie into everything else that we've been talking about in other podcasts.
Okay. And I have a question, Caroline. When you say about the thoughts, you know, that there is a technology that control actually have been controlled. I put it in the past. I prefer that. Does the sun gazing or the, you know, the music that is on the Telegram channel, helps to remove all, well, not to remove, but does it help to deprogram?
Yes, it does. There's two things really. The little bits of nanotechnology within us, in the air that we breathe, and in our food, and in everything we put in us, they need ivermectin to come out. Ivermectin gel, which is you need to buy it and take it. There's no other way of getting rid of those spots. The actual sun gazing and the eating healthy, photonic food, the whole food, all of that, and the frequency music in 432 and the other frequencies of solfeggio, of God's frequencies, that will then all help heal your DNA. But you can only heal it so far. If you don't take the bots out, you're still going to have an aspect in the matrix. Remember, when you're in a neutral state and you're in joy and you're happy, then you're out of the matrix. You're not giving any of the lower vibrational energy to the matrix, the Hydra, the AI. She can't find you and feed off you because you're not at that level. But the moment you start fear or panicking, or you're like, oh my goodness, I can't pay this bill, and your heart starts pounding and you're energetically feeding her, she'll find you and she'll go, oh, there you are, and then she'll send you another bill because she knows that your energy's lowered and she has access to your energy field. And as strange as it sounds, this is how this whole simulation has been working for a long time. And when you realize that actually we don't have to pay anything, we are truly free, but we've had these rules and regulations imposed upon us by a group that want more just money, really. And we all know who those are. We call them politicians and bankers, or thieves and fraudsters and liars, as they should correctly be known. This is coming to an end now. This is what Ascension is all about, as we are becoming free and we're in a standing that we've been controlled for too long.
And there is a lot of people now who are standing up. So the ascension is really happening now.
Yes, it's time. As mass awakening happens, people realize that they haven't been told the truth by their papers and their other forms of control. You have to remember, paper words have frequency, spellings. They're casting spells on you. That's why they're called spellings. Same with the media. For when you're listening to your radios and watching your TVs, you're getting frequencies that come out of those. They are low frequencies. You won't be able to hear them like literally, but they are training your brain to behave in certain forms of wave patterns which cause low energy, such as fear. Turn the TV off, it brainwashes you. The thing that humanity has had washed most in the past 5 years has been its brain, not its hands or its feet or its bodies, but its brain, through these devices that we need to get rid of. But once you see what they're doing and see how they're programming, people are waking up in their millions now, all across the world. But of course, these controllers won't show us this on their control devices because they don't want us to know. But we are the majority now, and we're not going to stand for it anymore. And this is what Ascension is about. Their systems are failing and we are winning. We are going to get out of this matrix, and we're taking everyone with us in Christ energy. And that's the energy of love, the energy of love Beverley and I feel for each other, the energy of love that we have for all of you, our brothers and sisters, in Christ energy, which is the highest energy of love vibration. And when we live like that, we help and support each other, we nurture each other, we care for our planet and our children and the other species that we have on it. We don't judge, we don't moan, we don't criticize, and we don't fall into those lower negative emotions. And all of these benevolent alien factions are helping, are just willing us every step of the way to get into this Christ energy and to wake up and realize what's going on. And they're trying to help us get free of this controlling matrix that we've been stuck in. So go out there and get some ivermectin gel and take it. It's so important, again, with the sun gazing, eating healthily, and then realize that other alien groups are just like us. They're beautiful, benevolent, kind, and they deserve our love as much as we can give. And I thank you so much to every single one of them who is here helping humanity.
Yes, because, and also to give us the chance actually to do like those videos, to be able to spread the information. So I'm grateful for that.
Yes, so am I, because without their help and love and support, we might be in a very different position right now. So yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. You all know who you are.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I have
Yes, goosebumps.
Yes, okay. There is anything else that you want to add before we closing?
No, I don't. Well, one thing is check out the school channel. Beverley will put the link there for you.
Yes.
But there is a huge amount of information on that, not just about aliens, but there are pictures of
Okay.
aliens. There are pictures of spaceships, real spaceships, not there are pictures of clouds that look like spaceships, but real ships as well. But there is so much more information about ascension, about sun gazing, about learning about this war that we've been talking about, this matrix. If you want to understand more about that, there's lots of videos. There's the
solar
Cedars book.
flash also. The solar
Yes,
flash.
that's on there. Yeah, so much information. So please join that channel on Telegram and come and learn with us.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much, Caroline. It was really interesting. And thank you all for watching. And just like and subscribe to be able to see our next video. Thank you very much. Bye, Caroline.
Oh, bye-bye, Beverley. Thank you.
You're welcome.